Sparks fans, we are back. LA Sparks Weekly, baby. They just wrapped up their final preseason game. LA Sparks took care of business, 98-85. They told the Mercury they are not like us,
At all.
clearly. But Michael here with the one and only DJ Treasy Trees. What's up?
What's going on? I'm glad to be back in studio. We got all that Clipper stuff up out of here. You know what I mean? Had to clean the air, do a little sage to get the good vibes going back for the Sparks. But it was a great game today. I am loving the preseason action from both the games from the Sparks. I think we are seeing a whole new team here.
Great basketball being played. As you can see, Coach was talking about it during the media day. Tempo. He's talking about it draft night. Like we want to be an up-tempo team, a team that push the ball. You've seen it. They score 80-plus the first game. Now they scored 90-plus this game. How do you like that? Because we were there last year to see the slow pace that they playing through Mecca.
With all those injuries, too. Yeah. So I think that I like this team because there's so much versatility. Exactly what he was talking about. And they're playing against, like, behemoth teams. Let's talk about the first game against the Seattle Storm. You playing against Skylar Diggins-Smith, Nneka Ogwumike. Like, they played a significant amount of minutes. Jewel Lloyd as well. So it's like we were able to keep the lead high enough to keep them at bay. Same thing here. I didn't notice how stacked the Phoenix Mercury was until the game started. I'm like, dang, Natasha Cloud, Kalia Copper, you got all of these all-stars who are on this team. So I think the Sparks have done a great job just being athletic, doing some bad passing. So, you know, a little bit of turnovers here and there.
Yeah, they got 15-plus turnovers in each game. You kind of want to get that out the way right now. When the season come, you know, he's going to see exactly what rotation that he like, what 10 players are going to get the run. So we can start it off. The starting five. Was Kia there, Lexi, Lasia, Cameron, and then you had De'Erica. How do you feel about that starting five? If that's the five going into the season?
I like the starting five. I also think, like, teams are foul baiting Cameron Brink. We saw that in the first 2 minutes having 2 fouls. Those weren't fouls. And then she went up to get a shot, and the foul wasn't called on her. So they already doing the bully ball thing with the rookies. And we see it every year happening. And unfortunately, Cameron Brink is notorious for getting fouls early.
Stanford, that was her issue.
That was her issue. So it's like we're running that same thing again. So if she can overcome that part, I think that we are doing way better and we can get off quicker and have a, 10, 15-point lead from the first and second quarter.
So do you like Kia and Lasia kind of being the point guard of that lineup? Or you look at somebody like Ari who came out and played really well tonight where, she's speed, she can catch and shoot, she can do that thing. If you mix her in to the starting lineup to be the point guard. I know Coach Miller is kind of trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
But do you like those two running the point guard
now? I do. I like Kia Nurse and I like Laisha Clarendon because Laisha is not afraid to go inside of the paint and Kia is not afraid to pull up from 3. Okay. I like Ari leading that second string because what happens is that's when the ball handling gets a little bit worse. So having a point guard like Ari who's going to take care of the ball and then be effective on scoring as we saw tonight is a really great place to just lead into that second string and support some of the newer players out there.
And, we got to spotlight De'Erica who has played 2 great games back-to-back. And it's a question that I'm hoping, to ask Coach Miller once the press conference starts after the game. Man, she looks like somebody that they're going to be leaning on heavily, especially early to be there offensively as that post player. We're so used to watching Nneka being the one. It looks like De'Erica is going to be the one sliding into that role.
Absolutely. And let me tell you what De'Erica worked on. De'Erica worked on her footwork, y'all. Okay. She really is doing a better job at not double dribbling, taking care of the ball, being more patient. And I'm going to tell you where she got it from. Her and Cameron Brink played together in 3 versus 3. In USA basketball. Yeah. So she had to really get her feet together and know how to score, go up and under. Yeah. She's doing a lot more with those moves. And I think one of the commentators said it's like, De'Erica didn't have these moves a couple years ago. So I think she's really worked on her player development in that point.
And that's what's key is developing as a player. She's doing that. Last year, she was coming off the pregnancy. So she had her time out. Now she actually was able to work on her game.
And her conditioning.
Conditioning. So she's looking really good. And, it's good to see because, there was a lot of stuff said about her when she left Las Vegas last year to now. It looked like she's going to be one of the top 3 scorers. And
for sure.
Keep it in the starting lineup. Lexi was somebody who dealt with health issues. She was looking like she was on her way to an all-star bid. As the Sparks would have possibly made the playoffs with her playing the way she did. What's your thoughts have been about her these past 2 games?
Lexi gonna be Lexi.
Okay.
Lexi gonna be Lexi. You pass that ball, she coming off that screen. You give her 1 second, she gonna throw that thing up and it's gonna go in. It's just, I love to see how dynamic she was playing. She was doing that when she was playing at AU with Ray as well. She was on Natasha Cloud's team, so you got that little interaction there, that cross interaction in this game. I think you can't go wrong when Lexi's got her confidence. She got her legs up under her. She knows she has a great team that can dribble the ball and just get her the pass. She don't need to do a whole bunch of dribbling.
I think the tempo is really gonna help somebody like her because, as you can see, she want to get them up, everybody. She want to get some threes. She was 3 for 7 tonight from 3 for 7 from the field. That's all she shot because she want to get them up. So having the tempo the way that it is, she's going to get a chance to get a lot of open shots, especially with a guard like Aries that's there, especially with Lasia, people trying to find her. Like, I really like this tempo for her. I think this can maximize her. So, man, I'm so excited for Wednesday night for the season to start because I know Lexi is going to be ready to go, ready to play some good basketball. But we mentioned the starters. We mentioned Cameron Brink. There was another top 5 pick they have on this team, Rakia. What was your thoughts on her? She was 1 for 6 tonight. 2 points, but you mentioned it before we got on air, 6 rebounds. I just love her aggressiveness. Like, she's out there playing like, I ain't no rookie. I'm just hooping, and I like that.
She hooping like she at the park. You know what I mean? She's not taking the shots that she's missing too seriously. She's out there blocking balls, going after balls that are, jump balls. She did have a couple passes. She's figuring out the tempo. I think she's still figuring out where she fits in and how the Sparks play and figuring out their rotations and stuff. But you can't go wrong with Rakia Jackson. I'm glad that they picked her because she can do most things. She can take it in. She can score the easy too. She's not afraid to do that, but she's also very aggressive, like you said. She's not going to let nobody just punk her. She don't care if she's a rookie.
Her versatility is going to be key for this team. And I really think the W period is like, man, we trying to introduce a new reign of basketball with tempo, with more athleticism from the bigs into outside. So you're going to see a game. That's what Coach and Reagan, GM Reagan was talking about during the draft night. They were saying we got 2 players that are versatile, that looks like modern basketball players. So I think that Rakia fits right into that slot.
And you know who Rakia kind of reminds me of? She kind of reminds me of Khalil Copper.
Oh, yeah.
She kind of does. Yeah. They got that forward plan. She always playing fast. She going to take the ball up. She not going to throw the ball up the court. If she get a fast break, she going to dribble and take it coast to coast if she got it. Absolutely. And she's going to try to draw the foul.
So we got to talk about that hooper out there. Zaya Cook went crazy, 20-plus tonight.
I ain't see that coming.
The win.
I ain't see it coming.
You could just see she clearly developed her game, and she's kind of like, people don't realize sports is huge. Confidence is key to everything that you do in any sport. And it looks like she's kind of getting more and more of that confidence, like she's back at South Carolina. Even she said, in my first 2 years at South Carolina, I was really trying to figure it out. But about junior year, I figured it out, and that's when I became the player I was junior and senior year. Now she looks like she's taking that step forward. And I know it's the preseason. I'm hoping that it carries over. But she's looking like this year she's going to be a bucket for the Sparks off the bench if that's where she's going to be.
And I think, too, the best thing about Zaya's game that she's developed is she's just not jacking up a shot every time. She has a great shot, but she's not shooting. She's going into the paint. She's drawing the foul. She shot like 7 free throws by halftime. So it's like she's doing a really good job at drawing the fouls and playing smarter basketball, just developing that IQ. So over 20 points out of Zaya Cook, you can't ask for a better player off the bench.
Man, she had step back jumpers. I really like the jump shooting. It looks like she's improved her jump shooting because we know she got some handle, some wiggle to her game. But if she's able to knock down shots consistently, I believe that she can be a nice player in the WNBA. So it was good to see that. Were there anybody else today that stood out to you off the bench?
For me, I'm going to go with Mo. Mo don't have a lot of points. Monique Billings came to us from Atlanta. She don't have a lot of points that she scored, but she's doing all the best things defensively. She's one of those players that when she's on the court, she's impacting the game, even if it's not in her box score. You know what I mean? She's out there. She's being aggressive. She's setting great screens. She's making sure that she boxes out Monique Billings is really making an impact on the defensive game for the Sparks. And we need to talk about some of those defensive players because right now, Azarea is out.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have as many players who's blocking shots and doing all of those things. So it's like you need people who are going to go for you defensively.
And, you know, that's going to be a key piece. That's why, you know, she's going to be on this roster for sure because you want to have that defensive player to – you got to play against the defending champs. You need to deal with Asia Wilson. She's somebody that can give you some minutes there. And just, you know, looking at the bench, clearly these last few games, it was so tough. They had so many players on the roster that they was trying to fit minutes in. So, you know, you were trying to see. You saw Stephanie Talbot was able to do a few things, you know, tonight. Ray was able to get some minutes there. So, you know, it's some stuff that Coach GM Reagan going to have to figure out what they're going to do. But it looks like we're getting close to Coach being ready to go at the press conference. So, Sparks fans, stay with us as we tune in and listen in to Sparks head coach.
Recording in progress.
Let's see if we get started there. Look like they're trying to set up. He does have a smile, but I guess it's not a real game.
I know.
No need to be too excited. So they're trying to figure things out there. But I think that this team is perfect for him with a lot of the youth that they have.
Yep. He's got all the tools in his toolbox that he needs.
Yeah, so it's great to see what Coach is doing and putting together out there on the court. Because, you know, last year with NECA, with Jordan, players who had kind of been here already, they were kind of like, man, this is our stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was his first year.
That, you know, and then the injuries and stuff hurt too. And
it was pretty much the perfect storm. Yeah, everything that could go wrong went wrong.
It wasn't just injuries; it was health. It was all of this stuff, and they only missed the playoffs by one game.
They weren't gonna make it that far after that with that roster, though.
He feels that he had. Hey, you never know because you remember they went into Vegas and smacked Vegas.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And I'm like, man, maybe they get in and then they lose their final two games, which put them out. But I really like this young team. I like the pace that they're going to be playing with. I think defensively they're going to be solid. It's going to come down to who is the go-to scorers for this team. Who are the ones at the end of the games? We need buckets. Is De'Erica going to be consistent enough in the post to where maybe we need post touches? Is Lexi going to be consistent enough scoring from the wing to where we can get buckets from her? And then at the end of games, sometimes you need somebody that can create a bucket for themselves or other. Is that going to be Ari? Is that going to be
who's that going to be?
Is it going to be Kia? Is it going to be Zaya that you play late? It's like, I'm curious to see how these things kind of fall into place early on because most of the top teams, you know who their go-to guys are, and that's why you like, okay, these ladies can go get buckets and help them teams finish games.
Michael, they won't even need to get that far if we just stop with the turnovers. The 15, if the 15 turnovers go away and get down to about 5-6 range, that offensively is going to create a ripple effect.
But who would you say is right now that you going in? Who would you say this is going to be their go-to offensive player?
De'Erica Hamby. She's in the paint. She playing like she not scared. She not afraid. She more athletic. Cameron Brink is going to be, you know, a developing player. Yeah. So we're going to see how she goes. She's
going to have her moments here and there. But she's going to be more of a defensive star for this team.
Cool. And then same thing with Laisha. Laisha is a supporting role. She a role player.
Oh, yeah, she's a role player, yeah.
Kia Nurse, I think she's going to be one of the top scorers, too. She's going to give us at least 15 points every game. Yeah? For sure. Okay. For sure. If you let her be open in the three, she's good at drawing the foul. She's going to score the easy twos. Okay. You feel me? Ari McDonald is going to be coming off the bench, giving us 10. Zaya.
I'm curious to see within the first 10 games who are going to be, when you look at the stats, who are consistently the top 3 scores for this team, because for me, looking at this roster, it can go a lot of different ways. So I'm not really sure. I agree with you. I think De'Erica,
she got to play well. If De'Erica don't play well, we don't win.
Yeah, she's going to be one for sure. You have that. I believe Lexi is going to be one.
Absolutely.
For sure. But I'm not sure who that third player is going to be as far as putting up buckets
every single game consistently.
I don't know if that's going to be Kia, if it's going to be Zaya, or maybe like Ari, because I don't think it's going to be Rakia because she's a young
No,
player.
they knew.
It ain't going to be Cameron because I think she's going to be more of her defensive impact is going to be bigger than
yeah.
And just her spacing and stuff like that.
And our second chance points. That's another thing that we didn't talk about is defensive rebounds.
Yeah. Defense
so it's like
and offense. Yeah. So defense and offense. But, hey, they're having some issues they have to fix there. But us in studio, we all right. But we want to hear from Coach. We want to hear from the players. So give us a little break, and hopefully we got that ready for you after this break. They're ready? They're ready for us?
No, we're not back. We still talking basketball. That's cool. That's cool.
Hoop.
Let's let me talk about some things that I jotted down some notes while I was watching the first part of the game.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Now, let's talk about the Phoenix Mercury team. Okay. You got some vets. So moving forward, I think we played them 4 times this season which is like, oh my goodness, we need to really have a plan. They're a Western Conference team and they are stacked. What do you think is ways that they can silence these veteran players like Diana Taurasi? She was knocking down 3. They had to take her out the game.
It just can Diana hold up and be consistent. That's going to be one thing.
Injury free
for them. Same, Brittany. She didn't play tonight, but you expect for her to
don't forget
to
Sophie.
Well.
Sophie Cunningham.
Sophie, they got Sophie. Like, they're going to be a much improved team, but that's why, you want to, for the Sparks, you want to come out and get some of these early wins, especially before that big break for the Olympics. You want to get some of these early wins while teams are trying to figure out rotations and stuff. You want to steal some of these early wins because we saw last year that can come back to bite you when you get some of these 3-point games, 2-point games that you knew, like, oh, we should have won that game. They're going to have to take care of that because the teams like the Mercury are much better and looking to jump into the playoffs. Indiana Fever with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah.
They playing fast-paced basketball as well, so I'm ready to see that game.
So it's like you don't want to be caught once again as that team that we almost got to the playoffs. Like, you don't want to be in that situation again, so you have to start off fast. That's why Wednesday night I'm so excited. They're going to be there at my campus. I'm an alumni of Cal State Long Beach, so they're going to be there at the Pyramid to play against Atlanta. I'm excited.
I think we take that game.
They need that win. I think they need that win.
Atlanta needs that game too.
Yeah, they need that win to get the season jump started. I think that is big time. They got us on the big board there, huh? Showing us love. Hello, everybody.
From the studio.
LA Sparks Weekly. I don't think they can hear us, but, they see us here doing our thing.
For sure.
But, yeah, man. Are that you, Jeff? You controlling that? Jeff done hacked into their Zoom, man. That's funny. Yeah. But, yeah, man, so tonight's game, I can't wait. I guess maybe we'll talk about it after we hear from Coach and the players talk about the final, who we think the final 12 might be.
Yeah.
You got that list there on your phone. And
I got a good idea.
We can go through the names and we can kind of pick who we gonna get X'd off or who's gonna get the check to get the roster spot.
Yeah.
Because compared to last year, the talent that they got in this training camp, I think, was much better from top to bottom.
Oh, for sure. And that's what Reagan was talking about.
Yeah.
They wanted to make sure they had a stacked crew to start and whittle it down to the most athletic team that can play together. And that's why I think we're in the best position. And also the height.
Yeah.
Man, these girls are so much taller than last year.
So much more length. And I'm curious.
Hey guys, sorry, technical difficulties. Appreciate you guys hanging in there. Again, excited about the way we rebounded again tonight. Our team really competed. I thought the physicality settled in. We talked about how physical this game was going to be, how their switching defense could really dictate and disrupt us. I thought that bothered us early. We regrouped at halftime, and I was really proud of our fight and more of our execution in that 32-point third quarter. So I thought we came out of halftime and weathered that physicality and stepped up and really played well. I thought De'Erica Hamby led us with a lot of leadership, effort, energy, both scoring the basketball, but even more importantly on the boards. And then Zia Cook had a really big game off the bench for us with a lot of confidence, hunting for her own offense. So we played, I think, all 16 players tonight. We have some difficult decisions, as does Phoenix down the stretch. But again, really proud of how we competed against Diana and Ka and Cloud. That is a tremendous backcourt. And I thought Leja, Lexi, and Kia really did a nice job tonight. And look forward to this group continuing to keep getting better and better.
Okay, Rashawn, we'll have you with the first question.
Hey, Coach. You talked about growth a lot going into this game. Curious about De'Erica. I mean, obviously, she's done a lot in this league. She's a champion. She's got the individual accolades as well, but a different role for her. What are the areas of growth you've seen from her and may be communicating to her about as this season progresses?
Yeah, I think that you see the confidence level. Like she shared that she believes when she walks on the floor, she's the best player. And that's the mindset that I love for her to have. She's hunting for offense. She's hunting for leadership opportunities on the court, and really proud of her. I thought tonight, she at times got herself into a little bit of trouble hunting so much for offense, but loved her physicality, loved her aggressiveness, and just love how she's leading this team. She really is one of the veteran leaders, and she's trying to do that not only with her actions, but also verbally.
Thank you.
Okay, Sean, you're up.
Hi, Coach. Sean Schultz, WNBA Swish. Just kind of an overall question. What have you liked about what you've seen from Rakia this whole camp in these 2 preseason games?
Yeah, Rakia has a really high ceiling, and she's a really talented offensive player that can go get her own offense, even when you're taken out of sets, when plays break down. She's a player that can go get you a basket. So, I thought the game was real physical and fast for her when she first went in, challenged her. And I thought she stepped back up to that challenge and settled in herself. She's going to see more and more of that, these great 4 players, these great wings throughout the league. And so she's going to play against some of the best players in the world in those positions. So every opportunity is a growing opportunity for Rakia.
Asia.
Hi, good evening, Coach. I was going to speak upon Brink tonight because she played really well tonight too as well. What are some things that you feel she would need to continue to be that top player that you need as we go into the regular season?
Yeah, Cam's 8 minutes or, just under 8 minutes tonight were, productive, and she got on the offensive glass for us. She had 4 offensive rebounds in less than 8 minutes, but she had trouble staying out of foul trouble tonight. And again, she's guarding different types of people. We challenged her with guarding. We went into this game thinking she was going to guard Sophie. They held Sophie out, so she had to guard Rebecca Allen, very similar. Someone that can really spread the floor, is really athletic, and, really knows how to play on the perimeter, even though in the Phoenix system, they're playing 4s right now. So it was a big challenge, and she got into foul trouble, and obviously 4 fouls in 8 minutes is not what we hope, but she'll learn from that. But when she was on the floor, she was really productive in a lot of ways. And so, her ceiling is off the charts, and she's got such a great attitude and positive attitude. She'll come in hungry to learn from what the film showed her about getting into foul trouble tonight.
Asia, did you have another question?
That was it. Thank you.
Okay, we'll toss to our friends at Infanity TV.
Yep. Hey, what's up, Coach? So I wanted to talk about the starting 5. Is that a starting 5 that you look two that's going to start the year off for you? And then secondly, just what's your thoughts on the performance of Aerie tonight?
Yeah, certainly it's a veteran backcourt that we've started these two exhibition games. Obviously, my, philosophical approach, as you guys all know, is fight for the role that you want for each player, but be a champion in the role you've earned at this point. We're still without Azare for an extended period of time. Obviously, Julie Alleman is not with us currently. So real comfortable with that starting lineup. It's a veteran backcourt with veteran leadership in the post by De'Erica, and then Cam as a rookie. I like that group on how they work together. As for Aerie, she's a spark plug, and she really can score in bunches, as we know, at a variety of levels. She's been a big-time scorer throughout her career, and she got hot at the arc and sparked us in that third quarter. Her turnovers were high tonight. She'll be disappointed with that, but again, she can be such a dynamic spark plug and a different type of point guard than Leja. So it's a nice 1-2 punch to be able to bring in Aerie.
And Coach, I had a question. The Sparks had a great game defensively with 30 defensive rebounds. Can you talk about your defensive strategy going into the game and how we can see this into the season?
Yeah, I just think, we don't have a lot in schemes. We're just playing hard man-to-man defense. We're challenging our players to be physical. We fouled a little bit too much tonight, but it's really the base defense that I have been comfortable coaching, not only in Connecticut, but now in LA. And I feel it can be a really effective approach. So, excited again. This is our second exhibition game where we've had a crazy positive differential on the glass. And if you can hold these great teams to one and done and get them to miss some, you can have success. And we did a really nice job on the boards. We out-rebounded them by over 20, I believe, tonight. And that's the second exhibition game in a row with big rebound numbers for us. So excited about we're getting on the glass. The funny part is the coaches sit on the bench and don't think we're doing a great job rebounding. And then you look at the stat sheet, it says otherwise. So I'm not sure we're even rebounding quite as well as we could. But you got to be happy with the results early on.
Thanks, Coach. Great win.
Thank you.
Sabrina?
Hey, Coach. Regarding Lexi Brown, obviously we know the shooting, but it does seem like she's being used as a playmaker quite a bit more. Is that just a function of how she's being guarded? Are you guys trying to unlock that part of her game more? Like, what have you seen in terms of her creation ability?
Yeah, just, Lexi is confident that she's our go-to player, and we're going to run, the ball's going to go through Lexi's hands. And at times, the opponents know that or are trying to get it out of her hands. So the best thing you can do is use her as a playmaker, use her as a screener, and then get the ball back in her hands. She was patient tonight. I know, she got all 7 shots were from the arc, but again, she's such a talented shooter. Early on, I thought we got her some looks that just didn't drop, but eventually she gets going because she's too talented of a shooter and scorer. So I'm excited about what the offense, if we can keep Lexi healthy, what kind of offensive year she can have. Again, I remind everyone, Lexi was off to a tremendous start last year before her battles with illness. And you can just see that confidence. She is a starting 2-guard in this league that can really score. And I'm excited to continue to coach her during the prime of her career.
Thanks.
Any more questions for Coach? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you for scrambling.
So we're back. We just heard from Coach.
Yep. He said everything that we said.
Yeah, pretty much. It's crazy. That's how you know we're good at what we do.
He
talked about a lot of what we said. He mentioned the rebounding.
Yep.
Which they were able to out-rebound the Mercury 42-20, which is crazy. I looked at the stats.
Yeah.
The Mercury shot 65 shots. The Sparks only shot 58. But for the Sparks to have that big, advantage rebounding, like Coach said, just 1 rebound.
Yep.
And that's it. You know, one shot go up, we got this rebound. Let's go.
Let's take it back up the floor immediately.
Let's try to do our thing. And I think that's what happened. We talked about their length, their athleticism. They have more of it this year with De'Erica, with Cameron, with Rakia, with
even Ari had a rebound. It's like everybody got a touch on it.
You still got, you know, Kia has nice size. Lexi has nice size to help. Remember last year, that was some of their issue. You'd be like, they need to rebound better.
How
especially
could they?
Without Chanae, you know?
Yeah.
So now that's big. Another thing he talked about was it looks like that's going to be the 5.
Yep.
You know,
he like how they play together.
Laysia,
we talked about that second string too.
Hey, Laysia at the point, which is going to be solid. She's a safe pick there.
She going to take care of the ball too. So I think that's where he was talking a little bit about Ari being disappointed in those turnovers.
Yeah, she had 5.
But yeah, once she learned from that and make her adjustments, it'll be very similar to the Laysia Clarendon experience.
She's that, like you said, she's that spark plug that you can have off the bench. But you have Laysia at the 1. You got Lexi and Kia at your wings there.
Yep.
Either one of them seem like they can get on the ball
vets.
when they need to.
All vets who can score.
Yep.
Cameron got the size.
Yep.
You can always dump it into her for the easy 2. She can draw the foul, get the and 1. You feel me? It's a really great game strategy. You can't really lose, especially
I like that.
If somebody else get the shot up, you know those people gonna rebound. They got good size.
I like that 5 that he's putting out there. And I think it's gonna leave the bench to be so dynamite with Ari, with Zaya, with Ray,
fast,
with Monique,
scoring.
Yeah, like they have like scoring, athleticism, speed, shot making, all off the bench. Like, they're gonna be a complete team if things go the way that we are.
I think it's gonna go. I think it's going to go more than that. People right now, I think, have the Sparks as an underdog. Okay. And I commented on the ESPN post because they got the Sparks way down in the ranker. And I'm like, I get that we are a younger team. We lost our superstar, Neko Ogumake.
Yeah.
But we have the makings of all-stars just in the teamwork and the cooperation because these players can do it all. Most people, Lee scored a three-pointer in the first game. So it's
they have a chance to be, if things go right, one of the more complete teams where you look at them and say, man, they really have 12 players that they can put out here on the court.
Yep.
That's why I brought up who are going to be the go-to scorers, because that's why I think their worries are going to be at more, because I think they're going to have so much depth. They're going to be able to play 10 players and be comfortable with the minutes. It's just who are going to be those players that are not starting the game or playing minutes of third, who are going to be the finishers of games and stuff like that.
And I think, too, we can make it deeper into the playoffs with this roster, because if you got so many people who can score, you can have your go-to people, but at any moment in time, anybody can go off. If Zaya Cook at any moment could have a 21-point game on top of Alexi Brown who's shooting, on top of a Kia Nurse who going to hit a 3, now it's becoming overwhelming on the offensive side, as well as if they continue to play as hard as they are. Defensively, it's hard to stop these girls.
By the end of the year, if Zaya is hooping the way she is, she might be in the starting lineup. But we got De'Erica here for you. Speaking of Zaya, who was cooking tonight, she's here talking to the media. So let's hear what she has to say.
Okay, everyone, we have Zaya Cook, De'Erica Hamby, and Amaya Hamby.
It's not Amaya Hamby, it's Amaya Marie Nelson Ododa.
Full government name, we got
it. You got it.
Okay, first question. We'll go to Infanity TV first.
Yo, what's up, ladies? For both of you guys, first, De'Erica, just how comfortable are you out there compared to last year? It looks like your footwork is to another level, and you just look like somebody that's ready to ball out. And then secondly, for you, Zaya, same for you. Like, you out there looking like a chef, cooking everybody and doing your thing. Just how much better are you as a second-year player going into this season?
For me, I don't really know where it came from, but my game feels like night and day. Just the patience that's there, the decisiveness that I feel like I've kind of lacked in my previous years. Just the confidence, I went overseas for the first time since COVID this past off season. And I think it really did a number for me. And then I did some 3-on-3, and that's obviously a different game, a different style, but I think it kind of brought a different element to my game also. I'm proud of where I am. Just excited to contribute to this team and excited the growth that everybody's kind of had in this offseason, including Zaya.
Thank you. Now, same for me. I just been working extremely hard all off season, making sure that I'm at the gym, not taking no time off. I also did 3-on-3. I did AU. And that's what prepared me. And then just like I said, staying in the gym, making sure I'm working on all the things I wanted to be better at this year, and then just trying to bring it to the floor and execute it.
Awesome, thank you. I have a question about your defense tonight, playing against the Phoenix Mercury, a truly stacked team. What was the defensive strategy, and what was it like with the athleticism out there tonight, playing and holding them to lower scoring? For both.
They have elite guards. We wanted to, make it difficult for them. We know that they're all capable to score at very high levels. This game really wanted to focus on what we could be good at this season and finding our identity on defense. So yeah.
Thank you.
Sean, and we'll have Asia next.
Questions for De'Erica. What have you liked about what you've seen from the rookies so far in training camp, and what advice have you given Cam and Rakia?
Just their ability to pick up fast. The first day, I think they all came in kind of worried. But just you can see the development each day in each game that they just look more fluid with what we have going on. But just their ability to contribute like energetically, like we keep talking about it, but this has probably been for me especially also been the best group that I've been a part of. And so I'm kind of sad that, cuts are coming and this roster is going to finalize. But everybody's just been very just uplifting to everybody, kind of no matter the circumstances and the outcome of what's going to happen. And that's been the most special part about it.
Awesome. And thank you for helping Mommy, Amaya.
See the fun that we're having when we're out there with each other, even when things aren't going well. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Asia?
Congratulations on tonight's win. This question is for both of you guys. Every team always has room for improvement, little things that they can work on here and there, even if it is a win or a loss for the night. What are some things that you feel that you guys can call for, like, room for improvement, or say that needs room for improvement as a team?
Yeah, we got 21 turnovers, and we won these two preseason games with that amount of turnovers. But obviously, during the regular season, we're gonna have to figure that out. You're not gonna be able to win with averaging 23 turnovers a game. And then just kind of keeping our patience. We have a lot of energetic players, so we tend to get sped up at times. And yeah, just kind of decompressing when things get a little bit chaotic. But I would say the turnovers, like we won by what, I don't know.
Points.
Yeah, certain points. 13, and we had 21 turnovers, and the same thing for the Seattle game. So I think if you cut that at least even by 4 or 5, the difference in the game is probably even more.
Agreed.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Okay, Rashawn.
Thanks, Lauren. Hey, Zaya, Coach talked about just the composure you had out there on the floor, as well as you being able to hunt your shot tonight, and it worked out. Speak to just sort of that composure that you had out there on the floor, and the confidence that it does take to be able to hunt your own offense like you did tonight. Something we didn't really see too much of last year from a confidence standpoint.
Yeah, I think, like I said, like I'm one that believes in working. So I just been believing in everything that I've been doing. And that's what I bring the confidence from, I want to say. And then AU definitely helped me gain a lot of confidence for myself, playing against a lot of pro players. And I'm seeing that I actually can do it. So I just come out every night having that confidence, believing in myself. But number one thing I'll say to myself is to believe in your work. That's what I say to myself, to keep myself calm. Because it was a long off season, and I'm not gonna let that go to waste. So that's the way I like to think about it.
And De'Erica, for you, that third quarter, it was ones against ones primarily, to kind of start that third quarter, and offensively, y'all just exploded. What happened in that frame, and how much of that is something that you can look at and maybe carry over into the regular season?
Yeah, we talked about the starting unit last game, and then this game, starting the game, being prepared to start the second half and execute. I think like I said, we've done it both preseason games. And just, I mean, we know that we can play together. I know we see what the rankings say and the preseason things, but yeah, I mean, we come out of locker room, I think that's going to be key for us. And then also, you know, we've been really good when he draws up things for execution. So I think we can be proud of that.
Thank you. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
That's it. We just heard from the players. We heard from De'Erica and
Zaya, player of the game.
Yeah, two important players this season. I think Zaya is somebody that if she can, you know, have a big year, can be one of the most improved players of this season. And De'Erica, like she said, she played overseas for the first time since the pandemic. She got the 3-on-3 play. She has just been able to play more basketball, not being pregnant and things like that,
and being in transition.
Yeah, being in transition. So, man, she looks great.
De'Erica won the first half. Zaya won the second half.
Yeah.
And that's how it went. Again, why De'Erica is gonna be a starter and Zaya's gonna come off the bench, give him that spark plug, playing with Ari, catching those balls off those screens, being more aggressive. Zaya's points also in the paint were pretty impressive. She wasn't just scoring from three. She was going to the free throw line, but she was also making some of them and ones. So that matters. It's like she going out there and playing with confidence, like she said, and having that. I think AU changed her game. I watched her all summer, and she was hooping against the best, had to be scrappy, had to find her shot.
And the more you play, the better you should get, especially if you're doing the right things. And it looks like both of them have done the right things, played in the right situations to advance their game. So we got our eye on you two ladies, because we expect some great things from you guys this season with everything's going on. But De'Erica talked about something which the ladies have to be prepared for.
The cuts.
That's getting down to 12 players, which I think is crazy. I think it's crazy. It should be 13 at least. Add another player each year leading up to these new two teams coming for Golden State and Canada.
And I'm almost scared to make my predictions. I'm looking at the roster on my phone right now, and it's like I don't want to be wrong, but also based on the minutes and what we've seen so far, I don't know what's Coach talked about Julie, so maybe Julie is
maybe, but I don't know how the injury and stuff works
maybe with the cut.
To get I think they can get an extra roster spot,
an IR spot for a reserve. So let's just pretend Julie's on reserve and she's not in it.
Her and Azare, because Azare is out as well.
Yeah, but Azare, if Azare wasn't hurt,
but she's gonna get her time. She's gonna have to come back, so somebody's gonna have that. So opening day, what does the roster looks like, DJ?
Okay, I got Monique Billings. Because Mo is, I'm just reading them in order because it's in alphabetical
the starters
order.
We got for sure: Kia Nurse, Lexi Brown, Lasia Clarendon, Cameron Brink, De'Erica Hamby, and now you saying Monica Billings. That's
okay. Monique Billings is gonna be there.
Okay.
You already said Lexi. Ray Burrell is gonna help lead the second string off the bench.
I like that. I think her athleticism, she can knock down shots if she plays with that confidence she showed last year at the end. That she can be a positive
I like her dribble
player.
Driving into the paint and passing out to a wing.
She's like long arms, athletic, can run. She's
she'll take it to the hoop. Player. She ain't gonna hold the ball underneath him when she get a rebound. Yeah. She gonna put it right back up. That's why I say Ray.
So Ray, of course Zaya.
Zaya.
That's 8 right there. Ari
for sure. Man,
so that gives that's your 9. So now you have 3 more spots, and we're looking at Nia. We're looking at Mackenzie. We're looking at I'm tripping. Rakia for sure.
Rakia for sure, yeah. So we got 10. 2 spots left.
So 2 spots. Who do you think those 2 spots?
I'm gonna tell you who I want.
Okay.
I wanted Lee, but I don't think Lee is fitting in offensively with what we're seeing so far. Unless Kurt got some other game plan that's in the back pocket, which is always a thing because Coach can coach.
Yeah,
okay,
he's coach. You know what he's doing.
But I'm not thinking Lee is gonna make the team. I'm hoping they keep Mackenzie.
Okay.
And that's just a selfish USC kind of. I think she's also high basketball IQ, can come in and surprise people.
Yeah.
And we don't need much more length.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying Mackenzie over Lee. because that gives us more offensive power.
Who will be your five? Because for me, I like Mackenzie because she's a young guard that you can hopefully keep around just in case injuries or somebody struggles and you want to try something else in the LA connection. And then I look at Lee because it gives you another big to go with De'Erica, Cameron, and Rakia. So I like Lee. Those will be my final two. So you saying
I'm saying Mackenzie.
Lee, and who's the last one?
And who did we miss?
You got Talbot. You got Diedrich. You got Clouden. Those would be the last ones.
Okay, well I would take Lee too over those, just because the utility there. But Lee missed some easy buckets tonight, and I'm not judging it off one game.
She's a big body that I think that they would like to have. Until once Azare come, boom,
boom, that's it. Yeah.
And then if Julie, who Coach mentioned, is ready to go, boom, I think she believes she takes Mackenzie's spot. But going into opening day, I think Mackenzie,
for sure,
to have a spot on this roster
for sure. And unfortunately, that leaves Talbot out, Diedrich out,
Clouden, Nia out. Yep, and that
would be the roster.
That's your 12 players that you will have ready. To go, hoping to finally get back in the playoffs for the LA Sparks. Sparks fans, y'all can let us know, is there a player that you feel should be on our 12?
I wish we could keep them all. I wish we keep them all.
I wish you could keep 15 like the NBA, but we know that they aren't there yet, but hopefully eventually, sooner than later, they are. But I'm excited.
I'm so excited.
WNBA season is going to be one of the biggest seasons in a long time with one of the better rookie classes of all time, with the great Caitlin Clark coming in. Is this Diana Taurasi's last season? Can the Aces make it 3 straight championships? And can the Sparks finally get back into the playoffs?
I think the Sparks going to be top 5 team. Ooh, surprisingly, I think because people are sleeping on us for sure, and they don't know. And these 2 preseason games have shown that. I think they took all the start. They took Jewel and Skylar out. You know, second half they didn't even play because it was like, all right, dang, they offensively doing the thing at this point. Let's try out some things.
So
we caught the Mercury by surprise tonight too.
I'm waiting for it because, like you said, they did take out their star players, so we want to see them play against them. But I'm excited. You mentioned Seattle. They got NECA over there.
They stacked.
You know, with Skylar and Jules.
So they got Nika Mule too on the defense.
Gosh. It's going to be a lot of good basketball. So stay with us, Sparks fans. Make sure that you guys are telling everybody, tune in, get the WNBA app so that you can check out even more games and show up. Show up to the building. You're going to be able to see our beautiful faces. We'll come show you some love here with LA Sparks Weekly. I think, is that it? Is that it, DJ?
I think that's it. But before we go, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel right here on Infanity TV. And make sure you go ahead and follow us on Instagram because we're going to be going live too.
On Insta, LA Sparks Weekly. We're going to have everything that you need, Sparks. And then, of course, you can follow us on our personals, Mike Kelder PG and
DJ Tracy Trees.
Hey, so we catch you guys. We're going to be in the building on Wednesday night. I hope y'all ready. The WNBA is back. Let's go.
Let's go. We'll see y'all next episode, y'all.